Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. We go to the afternoon action here in Class 5A, 2 games in the books. And we go now to the number 1 seed against the number 8 seed, Dar Danielson, with you alongside Laura Leonard here on the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy. We have the number 1 seed, Laura. They've been that for most of the season. Then we have the giant killer coming in who knocked off Dowling and Caitlin Clark, one of the best high school basketball players we've seen in the state in a long time. And, you know, they knocked them off, but I'm assuming they don't want to be happy with just getting here. They want to try to go out and continue that giant killer label with them.
Well, you know, they have the momentum of that win, and so that should help them coming into this ball game against the number 1 seed. And you're right, you don't want to rest on those laurels. You've made the upset. Continue the run, continue the magic, and that's got to be their mindset, knowing that everybody thought it was going to be a Dowling-Waukee game, or Dowling was going to be here, whether that was going to be the matchup or not. But you have to know that, hey, you knocked them off. Keep that momentum. Keep the magic. Keep it winning and advance. And that's what if you have that mindset, you can move on and try to get to that championship game.
Waukee's had the big number 1 on their back most of the year in the poll, but it hasn't seemed to bother them. Just 2 losses against 2 teams, really good teams, the tournament teams. So, they've really handled that pretty well.
Yeah, and one we just saw finish up here in Johnston knocked off Waukee. And so I think Coach Chris Guest feels like this is one of the best teams that he's ever had and assembled. He's got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of speed. They shoot a lot of three-pointers. They'll get after you defensively. And, yeah, you're right. Everybody's gunning for them because they are that number 1 ranked team, but they have handled the pressure very well.
Let's talk about how they got here on the road to state. First for Waukee, they beat Fort Dodge 98-29, and then down to Ames 58-35. So that had kept their run going. They lost to Dowling Catholic and then ran off 10 or so wins heading in here to the state tournament. So they're rolling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I think they're pretty confident in the way that they're playing, and even though they have lost a couple, they've kind of spread those losses out. So now they're on a roll, and they do have that momentum coming in. And they've been here before. These players have been here before. They've not been able to walk away with the title. I think they feel it's theirs to lose, and they can't slip up.
For Sioux City East, the Black Raiders, they're 16-7, as you saw. They were unranked in 5A, but in their first state appearance since 2001, they come into this with wins of 59-54 over Des Moines Roosevelt, and then 67-63, the upset over the ranked Dowling Catholic team.
Yeah, and that's the one that I think was a surprise to everybody, but not to them. They went into that ball game thinking, you know what, we're the underdog. We might as well come in here, play the best game we possibly can play, try to get Caitlin Clark out of the ball game, shut down everybody else, and let's go to the well.
Well, we're getting ready for the first game of the afternoon. 2 games already in the books here as we've seen Iowa City High and Johnston advance into the semifinals. We'll have this game coming up. We'll come back and we'll talk about our Kruger Seeds for Success from Kruger Seeds. You're watching the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
If you want to save more,
if you want a butcher who knows more,
if you want fewer aisles and more value,
less quantity, more quality.
If you want more of this.
And this.
And this.
This is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
Welcome back to the Girls Union Digital Network and the state tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson and Laura Leonard. Time now for our Kruger Seeds to the game. Let's talk about this, Laura. What do these two teams need to do to get a win and advance to the semifinals?
Yeah, well, for Waukee, what they need to do is push tempo. They've done that all season long, get up and down the floor and try to get easy points in transition. And Coach Guess feels like they need to get out and defend the three-point line. However, Sioux City East has a very good presence in the middle, but he feels like they've got three shooters that can shoot it from beyond the arc. And then what Sioux City East needs to do is get those post touches, get the ball in the hands of Naimir Dew, let her work inside block to block, and then they need to get back in defensive transition, because if you let Waukee get out and run, they're going to run you out of the gym.
Yeah, that song, Baby We Were Born to Run, is a tempo for Waukee, because they will run, and then they'll sometimes when they run, they pull up and shoot the three, too. So, you know, they do a little bit of everything there. And as we saw, you get some of the nerves starting out here in the state tournament. Try to limit your turnovers, too, when you get early on here. Because we saw in that last game, points off of turnovers end up deciding a close ball game.
Yeah, it was. You looked at the stats from that last game, and pretty much everything was equal. Just a bucket here or a three-pointer there. And it was the turnovers and the points off turnovers that Johnston was able to cash in and be able to get separation from Southeast Polk.
Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seed dealers a call. Seeds first class seed, first name service. Learn more at KrugerSeed.com. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
I'm an Iowa teacher. I fight every day to make sure that the students have real-world life skills. My Iowa Bank helps any way I need them to. They have come to my class to be guest speakers. They have welcomed us into the bank. If you don't have a relationship with your bank, you need to make one. I love my Iowa Bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, fans, the Iowa Bankers Association proud to help students reach their goals, both financially and educationally. That's why they're honored to provide 5 students from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Iowa Bankers to see the winners from this year's state tournament. Time now for the starting lineups. Let's go to PA announcer Gina Rogers.
Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa, for the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Today's quarterfinal matchup will feature the Sioux City East Black Raiders and the Waukee Warriors. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Sioux City East and Waukee. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Sydney Lane, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athletic Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Sioux City East, Darren Hildall. And from Waukee High School, Natalie Ross.
The Iowa Girls Basketball Athletic Union encourages positive behavior. Iowa personality, leadership, and sportsmanship on the court and on the stage. Remember what a privilege it is to see your team and give your attendance and enjoy the games and
Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters for the Sioux City East Black Raiders. Number 2, Kylie Vondrek. Number 5, Megan Callahan. Number 12, Kayla Benson. Number 14, Addie Harris. Number 20, Kaya Downs. Number 23, Braylee Hempy. Number 25, Livy Wells. Number 30, Alexis Jones. Number 31, Maddie Milligan. And number 32, Paige Wagner. The assistant coaches for the Black Raiders are Leanne Sterrt, Jenna Bork, and Hannah Nickel. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Waukee Warriors. Number 4, Bailey Kroll. Number 12, Lily Lampy. Number 20, Megan Lands. Number 22, Kiana Carnes. Number 24, Addison Steffi. Number 30, Abigail Jones. Number 32, Regan Bartholomew. Number 40, Cameron Weirs. Number 44, Ashley Smith. Number 50, Natalie Gallagher. And number 54, Naira Barnes. The assistant coaches are Sherry Guess, Dustin Alvin, Ashton Yossi, Todd Schneider, Courtney Burrow, and Keisha Brown. Now, let's meet the starters for both teams. For the Black Raiders, number 3, Kennedy McCloy. For the Warriors, number 2, Lindsay Kelderman. For the Black Raiders, number 11, Lyamir Doe. For the Warriors, number 10, Katie Dinnebier. For the Black Raiders, number 15, Olivia Barnes. For the Warriors, number 14, Peyton Kelderman. For the Black Raiders, number 21, Caitlin Tucker. For the Warriors, number 34, Megan Ernie. For the Black Raiders, number 22, Taylor Drent. And for the Warriors, number 42, Taryn Reitzma. Head coach for the Black Raiders is Brian Drent. Head coach for the Warriors is Chris Guest. Our officials for today's game are Rich Collison, Chad Schlegel, Jared Ray, and the bench official is Sam Anker. Now let's play basketball!
Starting lineups for today's ball game brought to you by Buena Vista University. Located in Storm Lake, Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. So Waukee, 5 juniors will get the start, 4 seniors and a sophomore for Sioux City East, the Black Raiders. And as you said, Laura Waukee, they've been here before. Sioux City East, their first trip to state in quite a while. We'll see how the nerves impact both these teams to start out.
Well, they've had to wait a little bit to see the first 2 games be played, so that may help things settle in a little bit. You're not the first game of the day. We'll see how they come out on this first possession.
East with the ball in the black uniform. Sadu, she drives, dishes over. There's a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Taryn Reitzma. Here's Dinnebier. She'll get the offense going for the Warriors. Kelderman back to Kelderman for 3. Peyton Kelderman off the assist from Lindsay.
Well, they are a team we talked about transition, getting out, but you also said not only do they go all the way to the rim, but they will step out and knock down those threes. They lead 5A in 3-point attempts and 3-point makes.
Here's a 3 by Sioux City East is good by Kennedy McCloy. She ties it up.
Well, that's what Coach Guest was worried about. Everybody paying attention to the interior game with Dew on the inside. You got to pay attention to the perimeter.
Back to Dinnebier. She goes to the right side with it. Ernie gets it back now. Kelderman crosses through and takes the ball on the right side.
Good patience this time by Waukee, trying to figure out what the defense is giving them.
There's a shot. No good. Ernie right underneath puts it up back and good. Megan Ernie on the rebound.
That's what Ernie does for you. She works on the inside, does a little bit of the dirty work, goes to the glass, gets the...
Some pressure by Waukee. They steal it. Dinnebier goes up and gets the bucket.
You know, and that's where they're going to have the advantage. They have the quickness, and they do a great job of pressuring full court.
McCloy dribbles it up herself that time, gets it through the pressure. Now Sioux City East will get into their half-court set. McCloy drives, stops, looks for somebody, finally gets it off. Now they kick it outside to Olivia Barnes. They got Dew down there, but she's got 3 Waukee Warriors around her. In that 2-3 zone, they're kind of collapsing in.
Yeah, they're just anchored on either side of her. Ernie is on one side, and it looked like...
Whoa, now she goes in and fadeaway off the baseline, goes up and gets the shot. And then a foul on the other end.
Well, that's what you're going to get out of Waukee. They give up the basket. There's a good look at that turnaround jumper in between 2 defenders, but as soon as that ball went through the basket, Waukee was pushing it the other way.
Foul goes in against Drent, and the free throw is up and good by Dinnebier. She's a 72% free throw shooter. Excuse me, that's Reitzma at the line. Second free throw is good. See if they come with pressure. Looks like they will. Sioux City East will dribble through it again. That's Kennedy McCloy. She'll take it all the way to the hoop and draws a foul. So good attacking the basket, Laura.
They were able to dribble through the pressure. They did not get it set like they wanted to.
Here she comes in, and that's Reitzma who takes the foul there.
Reitzma just moving her feet, did not get over to get set.
And McCloy misses the first free throw.
It's a good look at Coach Chris Guest trying to set the expectations, setting what they need to do on offense, off of the make or off the miss.
McCloy misses 2. She's about a 76% free throw shooter, but sometimes early on the state tournament that can happen to you. Here's Peyton Kelderman. Now down to Lindsay on the baseline. She looks inside to Ernie. They'll throw it up top to Kelderman. Now to Dinnebeer, really moving that zone around, and she traveled as she turned around, and there was Dew to meet her right in the lane.
They're really trying to stretch that zone defense of Sioux City East, trying to work it inside and out. But that time, East was able to rotate defensively and slow it down.
So Waukee will come up with pressure here. And Dew gets double teamed, almost turns it over. Up top, there's a 3, no good, and it'll go out of bounds. Megan Callahan came in for Sioux City East. That's an IMT substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com.
Yeah, it was a really good box out by Reitzma as that ball was going out of bounds. She was just able to box out and let it go out of bounds, and Waukee going the other way to score.
And then she posts up Reitzma underneath. And it's an 11-5 lead here for Waukee. Pressure again, Reitzman gets it up to Kelderman. She'll take it all the way, scoops up, no good. Dew gets the rebound. She'll turn and push it up the floor. She goes all the way in and hangs in the air and gets it to go.
You know, the first couple of times she handled the basketball, I thought, okay, she might not want to have the ball in her hands, but she just showed me there that she was able to bring the ball inline to inline.
Rebound put back by Reitzma. And it's now 13-7. Waukee still pressuring up top. And it's in the hands of Dew now. She'll dribble in. Bounce pass over to Callahan. She drives. That zone just collapsing. Now Callahan finds herself open, puts it up off, no good. Rebound to Megan Ernie for Waukee. Gets it to Lindsay Kelderman. She'll dribble through. Looking for somebody, gets it to her sister. Now back over into Reitzma. She drives and has it blocked, but the foul will be called on Dew.
Reitzma having quite a first quarter here. Very active. Challenging Dew, takes it right at her. Dew thought she got all ball.
And Reitzman got injured with an ankle injury against Dowling earlier in the season. Was out for a little bit, and it made a big difference for him as she goes to the line and pops a free throw. Reitzman hitting 67% from the line, and she's been perfect there today.
Wholesale substitutions for Sioux City East.
Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how to be worry-free at imtins.com. Here's Reitzma with the second free throw. Short, rebound slapped around. It'll be pulled out of there by Sioux City East. Pressure coming up. Reitzma gets the steal. Takes it up quickly to Kelderman. She'll go in for the bucket.
Against pressure, you have to know that somebody is always there, and whether they are or not, you have to think that somebody's always there. You got to step to the basketball and make sure you secure it before you make a move.
Timeout, a 30-second timeout here by Sioux City East, and that's your worst nightmare. You're down to state and you see this fast team pressuring you all over the place, Laura.
And you know, I know they prepared for it. They knew what they were coming up against in Waukee, and it's just hard to simulate sometimes in practice exactly what you're going to see on the actual ball game. So they need to make some quick adjustments, take care of the basketball. Sometimes you can't dribble through that pressure defense because there's a lot of hands slapping at it. Look to try to pass to break that pressure, get the ball in the middle.
And even on this bigger court with the speed of Waukee, they can cover a lot of area here. So you gotta, like you say, you gotta really look for the open person, and you know that double team's coming somebody else. You gotta turn and look.
Yeah, and then keep the ball high as well, because you know, I think as far as height advantage, you get that ball up. There are a lot of small guards out there for Waukee. And so if you get the ball up and high and then turn and face the basket, look to see who might be open.
Trap up there near the half line, and then the foul finally is Kelderman. A little too aggressive. Peyton picks up her first personal. Second team foul on Waukee.
And they're just really forcing them out right as soon as they cross over that half-court line. They're putting on more pressure and double teaming and trapping.
Dew got a quick break there. She'll come back in. Over the left side looking. Down the lane, cuts through, up, and good. Nice drive by Taylor Drent.
Good strong drive up through contact.
But Waukee right back the other way, and the three by Ernie. Megan Ernie hits the three. That's one thing. All these Waukee players are not afraid to fire it up from outside.
You can't leave anybody alone.
Knocked away by Dinnebeer. Dinnebeer across to Kelderman for three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Sioux City East. Triple teamed, and she gets it out of there. Olivia Barnes.
Even when you pull the rebound, three defenders around you.
Now there's free trap. They get it up quickly. Dinnebeer for the layup. And Waukee's pulled out to a 10-point or 12-point lead here.
And it's just relentless pressure. They're trying to figure out how to break it. Exactly.
That's what you said. Keep the ball high and pass it. And Dinnebeer comes down and almost knocks it away. And we'll have some substitutions again here, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMTINS.com. You've got Abigail Jones in for Waukee. Also, Reagan Bartholomew in. They've a couple key players off the bench. For the Warriors here is East will inbound under their own bucket. Dew inside against Dinnebeer. They can't get her the ball though. Outside for three. Long, no good. Dew had a hand on it but couldn't bring it down. Here's Kelderman with it. Peyton. Stop and go looks. Had Reitzman. Now Dinnebeer kicks it back out to Bartholomew. There's a three for Dinnebeer. Good! Man, that looked flat coming off her hand, Laura, but she hit it.
I'm telling you what, she's a fighter. She kind of swiped that ball in front of the defender, kind of got knocked in the chops. She got angry about it and stepped back and knocked down a three. That was her answer. Inside,
and Taylor Drent has one. It just pops out of there, and those are the key points, any points that the Sioux City East needs at this point. Into the block to Reitzman. She'll kick it back out to Kelderman. Across the top, over to Bartholomew. Clock winding down. She'll get the runner up and draw the foul and go to line. Let's see.
Bartholomew going to go to the line, and good job of defending down there in the corner. Kind of had her trapped, but she made the pivot move and was able to drive baseline.
Bartholomew hits the free throw. 56, or I think a 59% free throw shooter. And now subbing out a little bit here, giving Dinnebeer a rest and Peyton Kelderman. Your IMT Insurance substitutions. Bartholomew with the second free throw is good. 26-9 here. Dew sends it up, but a little too far. And sometimes it's not the steal, but it's the force on that pass that goes awry too on that pressure.
it's like a shot blocker in the middle of the paint. They make you change your shot when you get inside. Same kind of concept is they make you change the angle of the pass. They make you hurry it up, may float it a little bit, and that's what this pressure does.
Get it in Dinnebeer, a little pressure there by Callahan. Dinnebeer handles it. Now back around over to Lindsey Kelderman. Dinnebeer to Ernie. They'll rotate it back around. 6 seconds. I don't know if they can see the clock. Knocked away. Kelderman gets it, and then a foul right as the clock was winding down there.
That might have saved a bucket with the foul. Doesn't put them on the line. It's only their 4th team foul. 2 seconds to shoot it.
Kelderman will inbound it up to Ernie. She'll put it up right away. Good! At the buzzer, when it's going your way, it's going your way.
Knew they had 2 seconds, and they got it. She was uncontested at the top of the key. It was deep, but she nailed it.
Back with the second quarter after this. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
5A quarterfinal here on the Girls Union Digital Network. Hey fans, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. Scholarships are still available. Apply at central.edu. There's a tie-up on the inbound, and that will go back to Sioux City East as Waukee started the second quarter with the ball, and everything, just about everything you wanted to go well went well for Waukee, and a lot of it off the pressure defense, Laura.
Absolutely, and that's what they have lived on all year is that pressure defense, but Sioux City East showing a little pressure defense coming out to start the second quarter.
Here's East driving in the lane, up and under, and gets the foul. Kennedy McCloy will go to the line.
A little different mindset for Sioux City East here to start quarter number 2, as they have been a little more aggressive, not only on the defensive end, but attacking the basket on their first possession.
McCloy to the line, shooting 76%. Gets the first one to go. Gives her 4 points. She hit a 3 earlier. Second free throw bounces out, no good. Rebound comes down to Ernie, up to Kelderman. They'll push the ball up the floor quickly. That's Lindsey Kelderman, and that's Peyton Kelderman. Dinnebeer throws it over the top. And now they'll rotate it back over. Down to Reitzman. Reitzman, skip pass across to Dinnebeer, over to Kelderman. She'll drive back to Reitzman, and I think Dew got a piece of that, and the rebound taken, but a held ball will stay with Waukee.
They did a good job being patient, trying to work the zone, worked a little inside out, dump down pass, and the defensive Dew there we talked about changing a shot. She was a shot changer
Quick
in that possession.
three, no good by Dinnebeer. Follows her own rebound, but Dew comes away with it, and she'll push it up the floor. Gets it over to Tucker. Looks inside, drives McCloy. Well, trying to get Dew set up there. Dinnebeer's on her back. Now Reitzman's right there too, as is Ernie. They've identified her well when she's down on the block.
Well, they're draping her. They've got Dinnebeer fronting her, and somebody's always on the backside.
That one goes up high off the board, and a grab will be called, I think, on Megan Callahan. First for her. It's the 5th team foul on Sioux City East. Back into the ball game is Kaya Downs for Sioux City East. An IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Now East putting on a little pressure here. Dinnebeer to Kelderman. They get it across to Ernie. Drives down to Kelderman, up no good. Pops out of there, and then the foul will be called on the rebound against, excuse me, I said to Ernie, that's Bartholomew.
They did a good job of breaking that pressure. East came with the full court pressure, trying to trap it in the back court. And, you know, when you practice against pressure every day, you know how to break it when it comes at you.
You're right. When you're doing that, then you know. Here's Dew comes down and popped out from behind by Bartholomew. Yeah, it's not something you have to simulate because you live it in practice, running your own.
Yeah, if you work it every day and understand what you're supposed to do on pressure, you do have a good understanding of how to break it.
Put Dew down there on the post. But again, she draws a lot of attention. They'll try to throw it over to her, picked off by Dinnebeer. Dinnebeer pulls up and looks, and now she gets grabbed. And the foul will go against, I believe, McCoy. Foul number 2 on her.
Well, definitely a different mindset, different attitude in this second quarter for Sioux City East.
Trying to pressure a little more because they got to cut the lead down a little bit before the half. I think they'd like to do that.
Yeah, keep it within striking distance and try to get a little dent in this lead before the halftime buzzer.
Kelderman, Bartholomew for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down on the far side. And now they get it out and up the floor quickly. That's the way to beat the press, if you can get it out of there quickly. Now they try to lob it into Dew, and she is smothered, and ball's pulled away, and they'll call a jump ball. And say Megan Ernie tied her up. And maybe brought that ball down a little too far, Laura. She's got the size, you got to keep it up high. I know it's easy to say, especially when you're in there against 3 defenders.
Well, yeah, 3 defenders around her, draped all the way around her. She did a great job just going up and catching it amongst those 3.
So alternate possession, they'll get it on their own bucket. Trying to find a way to go with it. They get it out to Dew high. Now Downs drives 3, no good. And just nothing falling here. Kayla Benson for the 3 that went in and out. And they're going to get Abigail Jones back in for Waukee to give Peyton Kelderman a rest.
That's one thing that Waukee has is a lot of depth.
Yeah, yep. Dinnebeer to Kelderman. Kelderman drives down, kicks it out. Reitzma. Dinnebeer gets kind of hit by the hip. Downs picked up the foul there.
They're getting a little physical with Dinnebeer, but she's willing. She's a fighter. She's tough in there.
She is the one that kind of pushes this team forward.
She's got a little chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, goes to the line and hits that free throw. That's her 8th point of the day. She'll get one more here. And rattles around and down, and it's 31-10. Pressure again by Waukee. And can't quite run it down again.
And that's, as you said it, that's where the pressure just makes you change things. It might not necessarily be that they got a hand on it. They just force a bad
You're trying
pass.
to hurry it because you see the open person. You're trying to get it out of there quick, and just a little too much on that. Go down low, back to Dinnemeyer, puts up the three, rattles around, no good, and Kelderman will pull it out of there. She tries to throw it out. I don't know if it was touched. Low, kept alive, but now Sioux City East brings it back, and no good. Back out. No good, and the rebound comes off to Abigail Jones. We're seeing now on offense, too, the same thing. I think just kind of hurrying the shots, trying to get something to work.
You know, I think hurrying the shots and hurrying things, knowing you're behind and you need to score points in a hurry, but I also think the fact that you've gone against pressure for a quarter and a half, you're worn out mentally as well as physically, and so the legs might not be there on those jump shots.
We got a timeout here. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break and come back with more on the Girls State Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy. Top-seeded Waukee has been pressing and running their way to a 31-10 lead here with about halfway through the second quarter. Dart Angelson alongside Laura Leonard here, and what you'd expect out of the top seed coming out for Sioux City. They expected it probably, but dealing with it is the other issue.
Yeah, knowing that it's coming and then actually physically having to deal with it is another thing, because they're just everywhere. Waukee is everywhere. They're like that little pesky gnat that you can't get rid of in the summer, and they're right there all the time. So you have to secure the basketball, take a deep breath, slow things down a little bit in your mind, and then try to get into a set offensively. You can't make up this difference and this deficit with one basket. You got to chip away at it.
So Dinnebeer hits two. And now, again, you see Waukee in the white. They'll be pressing here against Sioux City East. And that'll go out for another turnover.
You know, that's a situation where Benson is bringing it up against the double team, and then Callahan is seeing that she's going to be trapped, so she's coming to help, but the pass is already past her.
You're right, yeah. Because if she kept going down the floor, it's kind of like quarterback receiver sometimes. He thought he was going to keep going, and just a little deep. Here's a three. Good by Lindsay Kelderman.
Wow, that was a deep three. That's showing off her range.
Her first bucket of the day, Lindsay Kelderman.
That's a good job by East of breaking the pressure. That's the first time maybe here in this first half that they did a nice job of breaking press.
Oh, good move by Dew. Just couldn't quite get the finish there, but good post move inside, a little bit off, and Reitzma back the other way, puts it up no good. Kelderman puts it back up. Reitzma pulls it out of there. It has it stripped away. And now Sioux City East will bring it up. And that time Abigail Jones didn't quite cut off the corner there and drove the foul.
Yeah, you should have probably just go ahead, turn, let her get by you, and then try to recover defensively. Because that's a silly foul that far away from the basket with this kind of a lead.
Just the fifth team foul on Waukee. Vondrak gets it off. There's a three, no good, it's short, and I think we're gonna get another foul on the rebound. Might be Abigail Jones again.
It is.
I think so, yep. She picks up a couple quick fouls there.
Waukee in a zone. They were in a zone at the last possession here on the baseline out of bounds. Sitting in a zone as well.
Sioux City East with it. Trying to figure out how to break that zone. Bondrak throws it across. To McCloy. Here's Dew for three. Reitzma comes down with it, falls down, and the push is called. There on the rebound. And we'll go down the other end to shoot.
Fourth rebound of the game by Reitzma. Good balanced scoring as well for Waukee. They've got everybody in the scoring column except for one.
Reitzma goes to the free throw line. And misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Here's East into the middle. Now turn over to Dew. So that time they broke the pressure. They pass it up the floor into the middle and out. Tucker looks at the three, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes off to Peyton Kelderman. She lets traffic clear. Dribbles over. Gets it off to Lindsay. Now Peyton back baseline. Nice look inside, but Reitzma keeps it alive. And then a foul called as Bartholomew drives.
This defense of Waukee is forcing Sioux City East so far out beyond the arc of where they really want to get their offense started that they're settling for the three-point shots.
Bartholomew to the free throw line, and that one just bounces out. And Ernie and Dinnebeer back in. Or an IMT substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtins.com. Bartholomew will get another free throw. Up and good on the second one. Makes it 37-10. And Reagan Bartholomew goes down, but didn't quite shut off the side of the court there, and Bondrak draws the foul.
They've been trying to push it up the court on the sideline, and Waukee has not rotated over to get over there and shut down that driving lane.
Bondrak gets the free throw. They're in the 1-and-1 now. She's only shot 6 free throws. She's made 5 of them. Now make that 7 of 8 on the season. So making the most of her opportunities when she gets to the line. Here's Waukee again. Lindsay Kelderman. Peyton Kelderman. And Lindsay. They're going to pull it out, take their time here. Ernie almost loses a handle on it. Oh, good cut to the basket. Look underneath, up and good to Bartholomew.
Great backdoor cut. Make the defense choose. They come up, try to stop the drive. Nice dish.
No pressure. And Sioux City East will break it there. Now trying to get their offense going. Dew inside. Lob it up inside. She gets it. Nice play.
That's the first time they've been able to really get it to her. Only a double team this time, not the triple team.
Well, she stepped behind the defenders there, and they were able to lob it in. And then here's the three by Kelderman. Good. Lindsay Kelderman hits another three. But you can see the moves that she has if she is able to get the ball.
She definitely has the footwork, knows how to work in the post, and I'm sure this isn't the first time this season that she's seen a double or a triple team.
There she goes again, and this time she'll draw the foul. And that will go against, I think, Ernie. And And Dew will go to the line with 6 points. .72% free throw shooter hits the first. Taryn Reitzman back into the ball game on an IMT substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at imt.ims.gov. And Dew back to the free throw line.
Coming into this ball game to the line 121 times, so you know she's getting fouled down there, and she takes advantage of that, being a good free throw shooter.
There's a three, good by Ernie. Megan Ernie hits a three again. And that's the thing with this Waukee team. Everybody can hit it from out there if you leave them open. Hitting almost 48% from three-point range, and there's a foul on Kelderman, I believe. Peyton.
It's not just one weapon out there for Waukee. Everybody can tow it up from the three-point line. And so you, as a defense, you can't sit back packed into a zone. You've got to come out and defend, but then the problem is with Waukee, they're quick enough, they're good ball handlers. They put the ball on the floor and take it right at you.
Free throw is up and good by Caitlin Tucker. And that one slides out. Rebound comes off to Reitzman. Lindsay Kelderman will bring it into the front court. And Miguel Jones up top to Reitzman. Over to Kelderman. Dinnebeer, bounce pass inside to Ernie. She'll kick it out for three. No good. Rebound, battled for. And Sioux City East comes away with it. Mondrak, and that'll do it here at the half. 45-16 is our halftime score. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have a halftime guest coming up for you. We'll talk about the first half. That's all coming up. You're watching the Girls State Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up! Game on. They say our idea of fun is morning tea. And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
This is more. More savings. More service. More focus on fresh, quality produce. Expert butchers who know more. And the most talked about meat in town. We are Fairway. We put everything into meat and grocery. And this is more.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
It seemed like a whole heck of a lot more just because of the pressure that Waukee had put on them. And so here we get a chance to look at the stats. Waukee shooting 53%, almost 54% from the floor, and doing a good job defensively. They're forcing Sioux City East into a lot of hurried up possessions and hurried up shots.
Yeah, the pressure there, and you're seeing Waukee hitting 54% from overall field goal, but 58% from three-point range, and it's been too when they try to drop inside, they kick the ball out, and then I won't say easy, but a lot of open looks from three-point range for Waukee.
Yeah, and that's inside-out basketball, so you make that defense commit when the ball goes inside, or if they dribble inside, they are kicking it back out, and their three-point shooters are ready. They've got the hands ready, they've got the feet set, and they're ready to shoot it from three-point range. But it's nice balance, though, for Waukee. 12 attempts from three, 26 attempts overall. So good balance between the inside and the outside game.
All right, we have our guest, halftime guest. We're going to talk with him in just a second, the winning coach from the previous game. We'll take a break. You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWIC's career-related programs at swiciowa.edu/yourcareer.
This is more. More savings. More service. More focus on fresh, quality produce. Expert butchers who know more. And the most talked about meat in town. We are Fairway. We put everything into meat and grocery. And this is more.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena at the Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy. Joining me, Chad Yillick, the head coach at Johnson, who won here in our previous game. And if you hear some grumbling and rumbling, that's both of our stomachs. They're doing the Jethro's Challenge over here, Coach, and those wings look good, don't they?
They look good to me. I haven't eaten since early this morning, so I'm ready to eat now.
Well, let's talk about it. Back and forth game, just, a great game down here. You got down to, about 3 minutes, and you were trailing a little bit, but you didn't lose your composure. You stepped up, and you took the lead, and then you never gave it back over that. That was probably the key in that ball game, wasn't it?
Yeah, when we got that lead in the fourth quarter, I was pretty confident at that point we were going to win that game. We started out the game great. The first 7 minutes we were really good, and then the next 7 minutes we were pretty bad, which made it a game at halftime. And then it was pretty even throughout that third quarter and the fourth, and then at the end of the fourth, we're midway through the fourth when we got that lead. I knew that was kind of it for us. I thought we could handle it from there, and we did.
You had just 2 more shots to them, same number of 3-point shots, but one of the big stats, I think, is points off of turnovers. When you were able to get those turnovers, you were able to cash them in and get some points that way.
We did, we could have got more. We ended up turning the ball over. I think we got 3 or 4 steals where we gave it right back to them. We had a chance to score. So, that was a big factor. The biggest factor was, like you said, if you look at all the stats, they're almost even all the way through that, except I had Maya McDermott, and they didn't.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Maya McDermott, she had a point where I'm taking this over, racing down the floor, and when she gets in high gear, it's hard to catch up with her, isn't it?
She's fast, and a lot of people, Southeast Polk knows her because they've played against her for 4 years, so they know about Maya and what she is. But when teams don't play her and they just watch her on film and then try to play against her, they don't realize how fast she is.
All right, you got the win here. Now what's the progression from here on out as you get ready for the semis?
Well, tonight, as soon as we get down here, I'm going to go home. We're going to watch some film, get a plan ready for City High. And tomorrow and Wednesday we got 2 really good practice days where we got to focus. And, we don't want to do a lot of running because the kids, are tired right now. So we want to make sure we're doing a lot of half-court stuff, focusing on how we can attack them offensively but not turn the ball over also. So, it's going to be a good game. It'll probably be another game like the first one where it's a 70. We both want to run and score a lot of points, so it should be a fun game either way.
Yeah, it should be another good one at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Congratulations on the win, Coach, and we'll see you in the semifinals.
All right, thanks for having me.
We'll take a break and be back with more on the Girls Union Digital Network presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
It's Class 5A halftime wrapping up here with Waukee leading Sioux City East 45-16 in the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy. Let's go into that Sioux City East locker room. Laura, you're here at State. You're down by 29, or was it? Yeah. And what's the coach say to him at this point?
Well, I think you come out and you say, all right, let's win the half. Let's win quarter 3, win quarter 4. Just relax. We know we're down. Got to start chipping away at this lead, and you got to do it by making some adjustments. That you're going to see probably some more pressure. You got to go back inside. You got to get Dew set up. Even though they're double and triple teaming her, get her the basketball. She needs some touches.
And maybe a few adjustments in that press breaker they had, as we talked about, a few times where they were there, but they just miscommunicated and threw the pass over too far, and it went out and it would end up being a turnover. But we'll see how they adjust here as we start the second half. It'll be Waukee with the basketball. The winner of this one advances to meet the winner of our 3:15 game, Cedar Falls and Waterloo West. Iowa City High will meet Johnson, as you heard from Johnson's head coach there at halftime, and we're underway here again. Kelderman, Dinnebier, Bang & Ernie, Taryn Reitzma, and Peyton Kelderman, Lindsay and Peyton Kelderman. They kick it outside, and that's Lindsay who comes up with it and gets it to Peyton. Looks like a little man-to-man defense now for Sioux City East coming out.
Yeah, I'm watching Barnes and Dinnebier. Barnes is not letting Dinnebier out of her sight. Dinnebier has not touched the ball in this possession.
And she's the one that always kind of triggers things to get it going. There again, they shield her from the ball. Kelderman dribbles through, looks up and sees Dew and decides to kick it outside to Ernie. Ernie now drives and gets a block by Dew, and she can't, steps on the line down there, so a great defensive possession to start it here for Sioux City East.
Coming into this ball game, Dew with 65 blocks on the season, and that's what we talked about, being the intimidator on the inside, changing the shot, and that's exactly what she did, and pressure again causes the turnover.
Yeah, McCloy just got a toe on that line as she came up and was forced out by Peyton Kelderman. I was just going to say, they got what they wanted, got to stop, but then you got to break the press. And that's that's another story when you're going against the top seed here. Ernie dribbles in. Up to Lindsay Kelderman, to Dinnebier. Drive it in and back out. Kelderman now. Looks, finds Dinnebier. She'll spin in. Oh, nice spin to the basket, up and good by Dinnebier.
Defense cuts her off, going to the right side. The spin move. It was wide open for her to go to the hoop.
She's got 13 now. And it's knocked away. It'll go back to Johnston on the turnover. Pressure again. They first forced 9 turnovers in the first half. Waukee did with that pressure.
Points off turnovers. They got 12 points off of those 9 turnovers.
Nice backdoor cut, but Kelderman can't quite bring it in, and then she'll be fouled by Taylor Drent. That's her fourth, the team's first here of the half. Warriors now inbound under their own bucket. Right into Reitzman on the block. She gets it back to Kelderman. Back out to Kelderman. Dinnebier. Rotated around. Kelderman. Good. Rattles the three home. Lindsay Kelderman hits the three.
And well defended. And another steal.
Back to Dinnebier. Dinnebier pulls it out. Drive by Ernie, no good. Slapped around by Reitzman. Tried to keep it alive, but it's going to go into the Waukee bench. It'll be a turnover. We'll see a couple substitutions coming in for Sioux City East. All our substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT. Go to imtins.com. Megan Callahan in there, and Kayla Benson, I think, back in. They came off the bench in the first half, now back in here. There's Callahan. Drives it down, and then a walk with it. And Sioux City East has just had trouble playing up to that Waukee speed. And when they get a little too hurried, they tend to turn it over here.
And just the pressure everywhere. It doesn't even allow them a chance to get set up in the half court. Just because of the pressure always there, you feel like you have to play at their speed. If you could pull it out and try to get a half-court set, try to get that ball inside to do to where she can get some touches and make some things happen. But this defense is not allowing for that to happen.
Throw it into the backcourt. Dinnebier will go get it for Waukee. Down to Lindsay Kelderman, or excuse me, Peyton Kelderman. Megan Ernie. Back over. Just constant movement. Kelderman up and under and gets the bucket.
just to step to the inside, show the ball as the defense goes for that ball fake. She steps through.
That's 7 for her, and now Dinnebeer, there's a pile up due on the floor, and they'll call a jump ball finally. Looked like Dinnebeer slid over the top of it there for a minute. We'll see if we get a replay on that one. There's a lot of bodies down on the floor.
Number 30, Abigail Jones.
We're going to get a
No, we're going to get
timeout.
Timeout, a full timeout. So we'll take a break here with Waukee leading 52-16 on the Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard. And looking ahead to tomorrow, or Thursday at 10 a.m., Iowa City and Johnston will go at it. That's going to be quite a ball game there between those two, I think.
That's going to be a fun one. Two teams that get after it defensively. Johnston's going to push the ball. They're going to want to play a high-tempo game, and both those teams shoot a lot of threes.
Here in this one, the top seed, Waukee, has kind of owned things from the start, pressuring Sioux City East all over. Here's East again with the pressure. They finally get it across. Into Dew. She out for three. No good. Dew right there. Puts it back up and draws the foul.
Keep the ball up. She
Yep.
brought it down again, and that's one thing that she's going to have to learn, especially when she gets to the college level. She's going to go on and play at Butler, but boy, she had that ball. She was all alone. Keep that ball up and go right back up to the rim.
hoop. She'll step to the line. Misses that one. 1 of 2 in the first half on free throws. Has 7 points on the day. And misses. So Sioux City East still looking for their first points here of the second half. And Dinnebeer, that's what she can do so well. Coast to coast, off the rebound, puts it up and good. She's got 13. And then a turnover again.
An unforced turnover. It's just knowing that the pressure was there. They made her pick it up, and she was looking to make the pass. They jumped the passing lane. She drags the pivot foot.
Correction, that was 15 points now for Dinnebeer. She gets the ball again right to the hole and draws the foul there from Caitlin Tucker.
Fouls on the Black Raiders. Number 21, Caitlin Tucker, her first, team third. Shooting 2 for the Warriors. Number 10.
Well, Dinnebeer kind of taking control here in the attack mode. She does see the opening, and if they're not going to cut her off, she's going to drive it.
She can take it to the down the lane if that lane is wide open.
In the lineup for the Black Raiders, number 2, Kylie Vondrak.
And Kylie Vondrak back in on an IMT substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTINS.com. Second Dinnebeer free throw pops through, and it's a 56-16 lead for Waukee over Sioux City East. They're looking to get on the scoreboard here in the second half. There's a three, no good. Rebound pulled on by Dinnebeer. Quick outlet up ahead. And the foul is Bartholomew took off, and she gets the foul.
Fouls on the Black Raiders. Number 21, Caitlin Tucker, her second, team 4.
And that foul will go against Gardner.
Others taking every opportunity to push the ball up the floor, and when you can beat the defense down to your own hoop, you're going to get a good lead pass with the guards and the court vision that Waukee has and all of their guards. you get out and fill a lane, you know you got to have those hands ready because you're going to receive a pass.
Bartholomew hits both free throws, has 7 points now. Yeah, and they could, as we saw with Dinnebeer, she could run it up the floor herself, or they could turn and pass it up the floor quickly on the run out. Either way, into Dew. She gets it knocked away, goes down for it, and that'll stay with Sioux City East on the alternate possession there.
Again, that's those pesky guards that are right there as the ball gets into Dew, and she puts it on the floor for the power dribble, and then the quick hands right there.
Sioux City East running to play. They'll kick it outside. Now back over. Good. The three gets him on the board there. Kennedy McCloy.
She was the inbounder on the play, stepped out into the corner, got the return pass.
Here's the three the other way. Rolls out. No good. Slapped and kept alive by Dinnebeer. Now she gets it back. She'll put up the three. Good. Wow. 6-point turnaround there as Dinnebeer slapped it out, kept it alive, and then got the three herself.
And she got in the mix and the rebound, was able to tap it out, then reposition. And even off balance, that pass wasn't right in her hands, but she was able to go out and get it and set and knock down the three.
Dew got it that time and got in behind the defenders and drew the foul. When she's able to get in behind him with that size and they get the pass in there, she's hard to stop. But to her credit, she's had three people on her a lot of the time. And free throw falls short. And we're not talking just Gardner, sometimes draped all over her. And Waukee's done well to force the other players to try to do something, and they've been unable to do it.
No, as we talked about, she's probably seen multiple defenses all season long where teams have double and triple teamed, but they've got somebody in front of her, somebody behind her, shadowing her all the time.
Dew hits the free throw and gets 8 points, and she'll draw the foul on the other end. Against Dinnebeer.
Yeah, and that's what you alluded to earlier, is that she can go coast to coast. She just gets the ball and full head of steam. Nobody back defensively, and the last line of defense was Dew. She got up there, got the hand on top of the ball, but also got her with body.
Dinnebeer now with 21 points on the game. Second one is up and good. She averages 15. And nobody with really gaudy numbers. Three players with double digits for Waukee, but they just spread it out really well, and everybody can score. Even the players off the bench add a little bit into that.
Yeah, everybody's got a part in it, and the Kelderman sisters account for.
Well, that one will go.
22 points on their own between the two of them, and then Dinnebeer with 15, and got the roll off. The rim was kind that time, not unkind.
And so far, I know it's early, but I got to say that one of the best mascots is that East Black Raider down there, the tall. I think we can't see him in our camera shot here, but maybe you'll see him coming down the floor there. But he's about 7. If they get him in the post, man.
Yeah, you can't stop him. He's kind of like Herbie Husker, the big blow-up.
Yeah, I don't know how good he'd be with the movement, but he's got the size.
He's got the size.
Back to action here. Jones drives in and gets it off to Peyton Kelderman. Over to Lindsay. She'll drive right in through, leaves it up short, slapped out of there by Reitzman, but Dew has it. She looks ahead to the run out, one of the few times Sioux City's able to get up, and McCloy gets the bucket. One of the few fast break points we've seen out of Sioux City East today.
Yeah, doing a good job of finding the angle and getting it up the floor.
Oh, Dinnebeer got up and under the arm of Dew to score that one.
Dew was right there defensively, and Dinnebeer kind of rocked it, cradled it, and got it up underneath.
Now reversed by Vondrak the other way. We've got a scoring back and forth breaking out here. And Dew blocks the three attempt. And there's a scramble. Reitzman's on the floor, and it'll be a jump ball that'll stay with Waukee.
Into the lineup for the Warriors, number 34, Megan Ernie.
And I think it was Olivia Barnes that got down there and tied that up. Some more substitutions brought to you by IMT. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtins.com. And Waukee will inbound it here. And they're going to call the push on Taylor Drent.
And we have a running clock.
Yeah, clock
as
will
it's,
keep running.
35 points and higher, the clock will run.
Inside, up, and take it away. Shot at the buzzer is short. And we'll go to the fourth quarter. Waukee leading 65-26. You're watching the Girls Union Digital Network presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Hey fans, a reminder, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever. Scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. We'll start the fourth quarter. Sioux City East trailing 65-26. They have the ball as it's been all Waukee. They take it away, go back the other way. Kelderman has it stripped out of bounds, and Waukee will keep possession.
There's just a great example of knowing who's close to you, who's guarding you. Make sure you secure the basketball, because these little guards, they've got those quick hands, and they'll reach in and strip you of the basketball.
Short by Kelderman, but Dinnebeer's right there for the rebound to the other Kelderman. No good, and put back by Reitzma is good.
Boy, what a great rebound, and she did. She got that rebound, kept it up
Kept
above
it right
her
up high,
head.
just like you talked about there. Here's a three. No good. Battle for it underneath. It'll be a tie-up that will go to Waukee. Well, looking ahead coming up in our next game, if you're wondering, it's at 3:15 Cedar Falls and Waterloo West. And I think you're like me, do a lot of all our games here in Central Iowa. I haven't had a chance to see either of these two teams play this year. I know Cedar Falls has been perennially down here in the state tournament, Waterloo West. So a good matchup between two teams that know each other coming up with the next one.
Well, they've been in the rankings all season long, and you're right, just being here, located here locally in Central Iowa, we don't get an opportunity to see a lot of those teams from the eastern side of the state.
Pass into Reitzma, and she puts it up and good. Tried to get it into Do, knock back, and it'll be turned over to Waukee. Abigail Jones will come back in with an IMT substitution. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. And Waukee averages 70.2 points per game. They're right on the verge of hitting that right now with quite a bit of time left here. There's a cut and the foul on the drive by Peyton Kelderman.
They've run that several times where they get the ball in right around the free throw line, get that backdoor cutter, and make that bounce pass.
And I think that's 5 on Taylor Drent.
Check that. The foul was on the Black Raiders. Number 21.
Nope.
Caitlin Tucker.
Okay.
Her third.
It was 21, not 22, so Taylor Drent is saying,
Saved.
I'm not done yet.
Shooting for the Warriors. Number 14.
I don't even think she's in the ball game at this point.
No. Official chuckling a little bit. Sometimes those hand signals over there to the bench. Free throw up and good. See Chris Guest there chewing the gum. Things are well in hand, but he's still coaching and looking at it, as coaches do.
I don't think he ever quits coaching.
No.
Even after the game's over, he's still coaching.
Now, he is a little bit, I know when he coaches at home, he's up and down that sideline a little more. Here today, he's been just a little more, I won't say subdued, but not quite as much, and probably because it's gone their way for most of this ball game. But
not as animated.
No.
But you know, maybe the next round that he might be a little more intense.
Yeah, he might be going up and down the line just a little bit more. And that one will stay with Sioux City East. You know, when you get Kennedy McCloy, Nairmir Dew, Olivia Barnes, Caitlin Tucker, the 4 senior starters. And there's a foul. And for them, they got the team back to state, you know, so that's something they can always talk about. They'll forget this score when it comes down to it, but say, hey, we're the team that got Sioux City East back to the state tournament once again. And it's been since 2001 that they've been here. So,
well, and maybe have laid the groundwork for teams to come after them. And now that maybe they've got a taste of it, the rest of the players that are behind them know what they can build on and hopefully continue to make runs to Wells Fargo and to Des Moines in the state tournament.
So Peyton Kellerman pulls down the miss, gets it to Dinnebeer. We'll be talking about our Casey's player of the game coming up, and I have a good idea who I think I would say. Here's Ernie on the drive.
Just left her alone on the left side and able to make the drive to the hoop and convert.
And we're going to see both benches emptying out here. Chance for some other players to get in, and we'll have a shoot a foul down on the other end here in just a second.
Number 14, Peyton Helderman. That's her fifth.
We'll call out the names when we get a chance here for our IMT substitutions. All substitutions brought to you by IMT. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtins.com.
Number 40, Cameron Weers. Number
We got
54, Nora Barnes.
Aya Barnes, Bailey Kroll, Cameron Weers in there, Lily Lampy in there for Waukee, and let's see, I'm missing one other that came in there. 44, that would be Ashley Smith into the state tournament. We'll get you the Sioux City East subs here in a minute as the free throw is up and good by McCloy. She's got 10 points now on the day. You see her shoot the second one is good.
In the lineup for the Black
So,
Raiders, number 2, Haley Bondrak.
Vondrak comes back in. She's been in there.
Number 20, Kaya Downs.
Megan Callahan is in. And we'll get you the rest of the Sioux City East players here in a second. Knocked away. Oh, nice move to get by the defender and put it up and good by Megan Callahan.
Boy, that was a really nice move. And a turnover on Waukee with the travel.
Got to let her step on by and went up and hit the layup. And down on the baseline, blocked. And Sioux City East keeps it alive. And then a foul will be called up top there in Ashley Smith, I believe. So let's talk about our Casey's player of the game. And if I were going to Casey's, I might get a 10-inch pizza, and number 10 for Waukee, wouldn't you think, would be the one, Katie Dinnebeer? Would you concur with me on that?
I will concur with you on that. That's quite a performance that Dinnebeer has put together here today, and just kind of doing it in all facets of the game, scoring, playing defense, setting up her teammates, dishing the ball off, and she had a well-rounded game
going
here.
Coast to coast, hitting from deep and everything, so...
Just a 10-inch pizza?
I was waiting for you to call me on that, because anybody who knows me, there's no way that I would order a 10-inch. I'd order the large.
I'm telling you what, the Casey's Pizza, you like to have the big one because you like the leftover. At least I do, the leftovers.
Yep. Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools.
Nice step-through move by Benson for Sioux City East.
And we'll see some more players coming in here for Waukee. Addison Steffi, Kiana Carnes in for the Warriors. And Sioux City East is going to finish up 16-8 on the season, as we talked about it. The 4 seniors will graduate, but they have 1 sophomore starter, and they got, looking down the line on their bench, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sophomores and 3 freshmen. So they got a young team that will start back next year. But as you said, almost up there, and a foul will be called.
You got the experience now of being able to come to the state tournament, and so you can utilize that as the season rolls around. You start practice next year. Say, okay, we went last year. Let's do it again. We know what it's like. We know what it takes. And you can rally the troops. And, yeah, you lose some leadership and some senior leadership and scoring off of that team. But, you know, it looks like they've got some players in place that got some minutes here today. And they'll be able to build around that.
So 2 free throws there by Drent. We thought it fouled out earlier, but did not. And under a minute now to play here.
Tickets for the next round may be purchased at any of the 13 box office windows located in the southwest corner of Wells Fargo Arena on the lower level.
Waukee will inbound it, knocked away by East.
See if they can get a bucket here.
Baseline jumper, long rebound. Back out and in. A lot of moving going on, up and good.
Basket's good for the Black Raiders. Number 2, Kylie Vondrak.
Vondrak with the bucket.
Several of these players have had really nice step-through moves to the rim.
Whoa, there's a good drive to the rim by Megan Lance.
That's a nice drive and off the glass. We've seen some good motion and good body control going to the hoop.
76-36 the final here. The number 1. No upset today. They'll advance.
Fans of the advancing team are asked to greet their team on the north concourse behind sections 110.
We'll hear the presentation here of the awards in just a second, but good overall start to the tournament for Waukee, Laura.
I think they have to be very pleased with their performance here today and the pressure that they applied. And Sioux City East, they just could not break that pressure. It was relentless, and when you see that for 4 quarters straight, it is hard to adjust your game.
Well, we'll go over. They'll give Sioux City East their trophy and awards for participation here, and we'll go back over to Gina Rogers on the PA in just a second here.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Jean Berger. Congratulations to head coach Brian Drent and the Black Raiders from Sioux City East on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Katie Denevere will advance their team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Warriors fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play the winner of Waterloo West and Cedar Falls on Thursday at 11:45.
The bracket
Ladies and gentlemen,
advance,
on behalf
that's
of the
something
Iowa
new. As Gene Berger always looking for something new to add to the tournament, to add just a little different touch to it, isn't she?
You know, I do like it, and it's kind of a fun little thing to do. It's a small thing, but I think the team get a nice little jolt out of it. They get all fired up when they get the opportunity to see their name advance into the next bracket.
Well, Waukee came out well aware that Sioux City East had beaten Dowling and upset them, and they came out saying, no, there's no upset today. We're going to win this at advance, and they took control of every facet of the game, didn't they?
Yeah, and they set the tone early. And you're right, you know, you give a team like Sioux City East that has upset number 2 team in the state, to get to state, you have to put a stake in the ground and say, okay, it's not going to happen to us. And so they were able to come out, cause some turnovers with that pressure, knock down some threes early on, and Sioux City East was never really able to get a footing into this ball game.
Win number 22 for Waukee. They advance to play in the semifinal Thursday at 11:45 against the winner of the next quarterfinal, the final 5A quarterfinal coming up at 3:15. Thanks, Laura. Great working with you once again
fun,
here at the
you
tournament.
bet. Good game.
That'll wrap it up here. 76-36 Waukee on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy.